This is the GIS Evening Report for Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024. I am Chrisanne Mitchell. In the headlines, Grenada to host major Caribbean investment summit over the next few days. Details to this story and more after the break.
CSI, 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 no! CIS!
Welcome to Grenada.
May 22nd to the 25th. Where will you be?
I will be at CIS 2024.
Are you still sitting there? Make sure you get up and register for CIS 24 Grenada.
Grenada, the island of spice, and everything in it is nice. And when you think of beauty spots, Grenada really have a lot.
CIS 24 Grenada. See you there.
Welcome back. Caribbean leaders, global investors, real estate developers, and international marketing agents, among others, are in Grenada for the first Caribbean Investment Summit since COVID-19. The summit, which officially begins on Thursday at the Radisson Resort, will be guided by the theme Resilience, Strengthening the Adaptability and Sustainability of Caribbean Investment Migration in the Face of Global Changes and Increasing Scrutiny from the EU, UK, and USA. It is described as, and I quote, the paramount summit for the Caribbean citizenship by investment community, uniquely positioned to address the evolving challenges and advancements within the sector, unquote. Among its major objectives, CIS 2024 seeks to facilitate discussion on the resilience of the CBI sector, encourage networking and partnership among CBI stakeholders, and to showcase the Caribbean's commitment to excellence and innovation in investment migration. 5 Grenadian students graduated with degrees from Western Illinois University during the spring 2024 commencement weekend ceremonies held recently. 2 students were awarded master's degrees, while the others earned bachelor's degrees. Students who earned a bachelor's degree were Charles Bubb of Westerhall St. David, who earned a Bachelor of Science in Construction and Facilities Management cum laude, and with Department Scholar Honors. Bubb previously earned an associate degree in building technology from the T.A. Marichaud Community College. Sierra Duncan of Laborie St. Paul St. George earned a Bachelor of Business in Economics. She was also a Centennial Honors College graduate. She previously earned an associate degree in social sciences at the T.A. Marichaud Community College. Cherise Robertson of Pedmotor St. David earned a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics with a concentration in Data Science and Statistics and a minor in Computer Science. She was also recognized as a Department Scholar. Robertson previously earned an Associate degree in Natural Sciences at the T.A. Marichaud Community College. Students who earned master's degrees were Tamara Lewis of Grenadian St. George, who earned a Master of Science in Computer Science. She previously earned a Bachelor of Business Administration in Management Information Systems in Texas, United States. Alanda Joseph of Marigot St. John's earned a Master's in Education with distinction. She previously earned her undergraduate degree in teacher education at the University of the West Indies. Continuing the news, Bishop of the New Testament Church of God, Grenada, Dr. Philip Bonaparte, is of the belief that lack of discipline and obedience from within the home is a major contributing factor to the deviant behavior displayed by some young people. He shared his thoughts during an interview with the Government Information Service on Wednesday.
The key you talked about is obedience. Our culture, what we are accustomed to when I was growing up, to be obedient to your parents. It's the 5th commandment. Obey your father and mother. It's a first commandment with promise. And the Bible said if you do that, your days will be long or prolonged upon this earth. And so the lack of obedience, if there's no obedience at home, they would not be obedient to the teachers in the school. So there's a lot of frustration. And I believe that many multifactorial cause.
Dr. Bonaparte says the role that social media plays in today's society is also a contributing factor, and it has changed the structure of the family.
That family structure where you have mom and dad and siblings, if there are, at the dinner table asking each other, how was your day? That conversation and the sharing of values and the solving of problems, we need to get back to that to a certain degree. And I think, the Bible says righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. I must say this clearly, that as Grenadians, we need to honor the Word of God. And I understand we talk about culture, but at the end of the day, culture does not present, we can shape that culture. And we have been founded, I believe, for the most part, on a godly basis. We do have in God, as key within our national anthem. When we sing, we acknowledge that there is someone bigger than us.
Dr. Bonaparte believes that there is still time to reverse some of the negative trends that are taking root in society. He believes the church needs to make its voice louder on societal ills through outreach programs within communities. He says a meeting with pastors and church leaders within his denomination was held on Monday to brainstorm on how to address some of the challenging issues.
How can we reduce the crime? How can we improve safety? Because I tout this, that Grenada is one of the safest places in all of this hemisphere, because we have a great track record. But folks wouldn't want to come when they realize that folks are idolizing gun and using this and shooting, and some of the things. And we need to also, and let me just say this, I believe everyone has a responsibility, not just the church. I believe that our politicians and our leaders, elected officials, they have a responsibility, and that they need to continue to acknowledge the presence and power of God, and we shall work together to help solve our problems and create a safe environment that our children can grow up without having fear, as in some places do, in terms of people bringing guns to school or knife and violence and threat. We are not talking to each other the way we should without becoming violent. And I think that is a challenge. And I go back to what I said. He wants us to increase in love. If I love you, I would not want to hurt you. I want to please you. If you hurt, I'm hurting too. That's the kind of love that God is looking for, not what am I going to get from you, but what can I give you?
We'll be right back after this break.
Those who would be visiting Grenada for the first time to truly appreciate that it's a part of paradise. And if they're in the investment migration business, for them to appreciate their role in helping to let the world know that this part of paradise exists. We want it sustained. We want it to be around for generations to come.
Grenada has done an exceptional job in the regulation of its own program, as the Prime Minister and Brendan touched on. I think nobody should ever complain that we're doing our job well, and I think the due diligence that is done in Grenada is done exceptionally well.
Intention is largely, yes, to showcase the Caribbean programs, and on the 25th, it is our intention to have 3 different options for entertainment. One, of course, being a tour of the various developments.
Rebranding year, it's a 10-year anniversary, so we're going to make it count. It's going to be riveting, and I think all of us here are going to be happy to welcome our stakeholders, welcome our agents, welcome our citizens to Grenada. So I would say you're in for a treat.
Grenada has an excellent product, and at this point in time, I just want to welcome home all the investors, all the onlookers, all the marketing agents to CIS 2024 in May.
Welcome back. The Grenada Development Bank says there is an opportunity for citizens to purchase water storage tanks through the GDB's Enhanced Direct Access Climate Adaptation Revolving Fund. The EDA was launched in 2022 and targets vulnerable populations, including low-income households, people with special needs, and single-parent households. This fund gives access to a soft loan of up to $200,000 with a low interest rate of 2%. This initiative, financed by the Green Climate Fund, is designed to help homeowners and businesses in Grenada prepare for the impact of climate change by adapting their physical infrastructure to be more resilient.
We just wanted to take the opportunity to let the public know that through our Enhanced Direct Access Climate Adaptation Revolving Fund, one of the things that you can receive funding for is the purchase and installation of water storage tanks or cisterns or storage facilities for rainwater harvesting. The Enhanced Direct Access Fund has been around since 2022, and it is aimed at giving citizens, especially our vulnerable citizens, the opportunity to make climate resilience interventions in their homes and businesses. So there are many other uses for the funds, but as we are in the severe dry season, we see what's happening. We just wanted to let persons know that this facility is there for them to get funding for the purchase of water storage tanks, for the building of cisterns under our EDA at the Grenada Development Bank.
GDB's Communication Officer, Ria Marie. The major areas covered by the fund include water management and efficiency, climate-smart building, flooding and erosion control, renewable energy systems, health and vector control, and structural adjustments. Interested persons can contact the bank at 440-2382 or WhatsApp 405-3242. The Eastern Division of the Royal Grenada Police Force hosted a debate and cultural extravaganza as part of events leading up to Police Week, which will be celebrated from Sunday 2nd June to Saturday 8th June 2024. The event, which was held at the Grenville Car Park, sought to raise awareness on issues such as pretty larceny, gun crimes, and sexual and domestic violence. The division says that sexual abuse continues to raise concerns. Recent statistics from the division indicate that between February and April 2024, there were 197 reported cases of domestic violence and 21 cases of sexual abuse affecting both men and women. Corporal Samika Faray spoke of the activity's objectives.
The objectives of this community engagement are as follows: bridging the gap between the police and the community through sensitization and awareness campaign to prevent sexual and domestic violence from suppressing our families, and thirdly, to enlighten farmers and business owners alike on target hardening within their communities. Finally, I encourage us all to stand up against sexual violence, speak out and break the silence on domestic abuse, and also report matters of gun-related offenses and perennial larceny. Let us work together to make our country and our division safer. Speak out and report these offenses to the officers attached to the Royal Grenada Police Force.
Acting officer in charge of the Eastern Division, Superintendent Trevor Rodney, said it is important to engage all stakeholders, including the students.
What is happening today is a demonstration of the Eastern Division's priority. Mahatma Gandhi said, and I quote, "It's not just words, action expresses priorities." And our involvement with our stakeholders today, including the students of the many schools, is an indication that our priority is to forge a partnership within the community and indeed to start at the very young, impressionable minds so that we can have a nation, a village, a family that understands that crime is not a good thing.
Students from the St. Joseph's Convent Grenville and the St. Andrew's Anglican Secondary School debated the moot, be it resolved that the pictures, names, and addresses of perpetrators of gender-based violence be publicly published using all forms of media. St. Joseph's Convent won the debate. The theme for the event was strengthening community engagement through partnership with stakeholders within the Eastern Division. And finally, in the news, the New Testament Church of God will host its 64th convention over a 5-day period, May 22nd to 26th, under the theme, God of the Increase. Dr. Philip Bonaparte, bishop overseeing the New Testament churches in Grenada, during an interview with the Government Information Service on Wednesday, highlighted the importance of the planned activities, which he says is open to all denominations.
It starts Wednesday night. It starts in Grenville. We have a church in Grenville called the Grenville New Testament Church of God. Tomorrow night we'll be in St. David's, the parish of St. David's at Wester Hall New Testament Church of God. Friday we will be at Lucas Street New Testament Church of God, right opposite Nawasa. And each of those nights it is 7 p.m. And Saturday during the day we have a workshop for leaders that will be at Lucas Street as well. But then Sunday is our grand finale, and that is everyone is invited. It will be at Gateway Church, right, of course, close to the airport, right, minutes away, and that will be at 9 o'clock. And we're looking forward and inviting everyone to come fellowship with us. We invite in churches, and some of the churches will participate. Yeah, yes, we are inviting everyone to come and let's celebrate. I think we're better together than when we are apart.
Bishop Bonaparte says each night the pastors and specially invited speakers will speak to a different topic that is relevant to what's happening in today's society, as to help individuals cope with situations in the best way possible.
The first night we have, the emphasis is on women, but everyone is invited. I'll be there, other men will be there. And we have a speaker from the United States who's a female. She was born in Jamaica. She was here in March. Her ministry was well received. And her name is Dr. Maxine Johnson. And she will be focusing on the same topic, but she will look at it from from a woman perspective. But it will benefit, like I said, everyone. And then Thursday night, we have at Wester Hall, that emphasis will be on men. So we're looking at the men. We asked the brothers to come out as a Wester Hall church, and we have enough room. We've expanded, to accommodate a lot of people. And then we have on Friday night, the emphasis is for the youth. So we have Dr. Maxine Johnson Wednesday. We have Dr. Tony Stewart, who's a member of the governing body of the Church of God, which New Testament is part of. And then we have Bishop Dr. Wallace Sibley, who is a former member of the executive committee, and he's coming in with his wife to share on Friday, focus mainly on the youth. But like I said, it's for everyone.
The activities that form part of the 64th convention will culminate with a day of prayer and worship from 9 a.m. on Sunday the 26th at the Gateway Assembly's Point Salines. This brings us to the end of the GIS Evening Report for Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024. I am Chris Ann Mitchell saying thank you for joining us.